Hello, viewers. It's Cynthia Michael from Screw Reviews, bringing you my 622 podcast. This is my 622 podcast. Like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly in case you don't understand me. Also, I try to do my best not to preach too hard during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change your adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will have some adult language. If you're under 18, now if you're over 18, then means you got to watch this audio podcast recording. So anyway, with this and everything else out the way, let's get into the topic. So recently, I just finished watching. As you know, last week Kamen Rider, the new Kamen Rider series started last week. So basically, usually I like to do the review of the first episode, but I decided to wait to the second episode to come out and get a better idea of what the story is. So basically, I'm just going to review I'm going to review episode 1 and 2 at the same time. So basically, our episode starts off like this. So basically, we see an alchemist carrying the Gotchard driver and these cards that go with the Gotchard driver called Kimi cards. So basically, these powerful sisters, these three dark sisters, once the driver, and they say it's the key to unlock the darkness. This alchemist managed to get away from managed to escape from the sisters, but it seems like he's in a different dimension. Look like made up of alchemy. He sent the Kimi cards and told two Kimi cards, being a grasshopper, a Kimi card based as a grasshopper, and another one based off a steam train to find somebody who's worthy, to bring somebody here, and who is worthy of wielding your power. So basically, that's when we get to Hado, our new Kamen Rider of the series. So basically, Hollow is Hollow is just saying it's a high school kid. Just a high school kid who who helps out at his mother's restaurant and whatnot. Well, apparently where he lives at. So basically, he got his typical high school friends and whatnot. Etc. etc. So basically, at the school, one of the cards, being the grasshopper, card, found him worthy. The steam train showed up and took him to the alchemist that tried to take him to the alchemist, to get the Gotti driver. So anyway, it turns out that one of his turns out that a girl in his class is also an alchemist, and she was kind of shocked to see the Kim cards, respond to Hollow. So basically, Hollow went to the alchemist dimension and met the alchemist, who said that so basically the cards picked you to be the wielder of the Gotchard driver. So basically, the Gotchard driver is able to access the power so basically, we'll get to the powers of a Kamen Rider called Gotcha, and also you can wear the powers of all 101 Kimi cards as well. So basically, after the alchemist gave Hollow the Gotchi driver, the three evil sisters found them, and basically with his last bit of energy, he was able to hold the sisters off and make sure that Hollow got back to his world, got back into his world safely and whatnot. And then he met his female classmate who is a alchemist, and basically she was kind of shocked to see that he had the Gotcha driver and whatnot. So anyway, so basically not only that the Gotcha, so basically turns out that the alchemist who gave him the driver also set free all 101 chemicals into the real world. So basically now these cards so basically, there are 101 got you cards. So basically, it's up to Hollow to find them, and use their powers to fight the Wicked Sisters. So basically, Hollow did manage to use the two gotcha cards that he had to transform into Kamen Rider Gotcha, and basically turns out that that the other gotcha cards that are for free in this world could be transformed into monsters if they interact with people or with the other Wicked Sisters and whatnot. So anyway, he managed to take down one of the Wicked Sisters. He used one of the gotcha cards to transform into a monster and whatnot, and then pretty much, he was introduced to his high school teacher, who is also an alchemist, and basically wondering the situation, like wondering what the hell is going on here and how you got the Gotcha driver. So basically, then we cut to episode 2, and basically, the Gotcha driver, how did you got the Gotcha driver in the first place, and why are the chemicals? And I noticed that the chemicals are all back, but they're now set free in our world. So basically, Hollow explained to his teacher and whatnot, blah blah blah. So basically, all right, since this is a unique situation, maybe. But you probably have the potential to be an alchemist. So basically, he took him, using his alchemy power, took him to a secret alchemy school, and put him to a test. So basically, a test and whatnot. So basically, before he started the test, he sent, his female classmate from his high school to explain that, that the chemicals were once under our protection, but one day, a close ally betrayed us and we never see him since. We never see him again, and the 21 king cards again since our close ally took them. He's branded as a traitor. Hotep said maybe he had to change of heart, and basically and realized that he was wrong. Maybe that he was wrong from taking the to the 101 Kim cards from you guys and betraying you. But anyway, after some more Kamen Rider, after some more brief explaining, with the help from the Alchemy Academy, who's now his new allies, need to work together, they need to work together and, to find all the king cards and make sure that the Wicked Sisters don't get their hands on the Gotcha driver or the king cards. And basically after Hato passes his alchemy test, he's now a student at the Alchemy Academy, and the Alchemy Academy are now his new allies. So basically, that's just pretty much episode 1 and 2 in a nutshell, and pretty much the part of Kamen Rider Gotcha in a nutshell. So basically, he can't tell anyone. He can't tell his mom or his best friends or anybody else that that he is a that he's a Kamen Rider or an alchemy student in training and whatnot. So that's pretty much that's pretty much episode 1 and 2 in a nutshell of Kamen Rider Gotchard. So basically, this is very interesting. So basically, this has turned out to be a very interesting Kamen Rider series. So basically, we never really, we never really just fool in. We never really, I like the whole alchemy angle of this Kamen Rider series, and the mystery behind it. So anyway, what do you guys think about Kamen Rider Gotchard? The first two episodes of Kamen Rider Gotchard, good, bad, or just okay? Please let me know in the comments below. Anyway, signing off for Screw Reviews. One.